Hello, everybody. Thank you so much to Mariesa Crouse for joining us today, the actress who plays Margaret Keller on Chesapeake Shores.
Hi,
Thank you
everyone.
so much. And so, Marisa, tell us a bit, what's been the main element in Margaret's character and the show in general that fascinates you the most and made you say yes to this amazing project?
When I first got the audition to do the show, I watched all of season 5 first because I wanted to see how Margaret's character was from her first episode all the way to the end of the season. But as I was watching it, I almost felt like I wasn't even studying anymore. I was just kind of like, this show is awesome. And I felt like I was glowing inside. So it made me want to watch from season 1 and see how the whole show just developed. But yeah, it was full of smiles and all of that. So when I did the audition, I had my fingers crossed because it felt like it was me. It felt good.
Yeah, and as we all know, and as you said, Hallmark movies and TV series are like so relatable for all the audience that watch it. And so, is there any particular feature in Margaret's character that you see in yourself, and where are you two most similar, and where are you two most different, in your opinion?
Yeah, I feel like Margaret kind of like I'm Margaret, Margaret is me. I feel like we're kind of just one because Margaret's character is super confident. She's super hardworking and she's very compassionate. And that's how I try to live my day to day as just myself. So when I first started playing Margaret, it was that's what it was. But as it kept going on, it got easier and easier because it just felt like me. So we are similar in those characteristics. And the way that we're different, I would probably say a style because her wardrobe is the coolest. And I
Yeah,
want her closet to be my closet.
yeah, it's really amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it feels so natural to watch you play this character that
Oh,
it
thank you.
actually feels that you're her, you're Margaret,
I love
actually.
that. Thank you.
And as although we met her just last season, many fans already love her so much, and she's so supportive to Connor, and
Yep.
she's so fun, but also so smart. And
Yep.
where I mean, what's been the biggest challenge for you in portraying Margaret so far?
Yeah. Portraying Margaret, I think just playing her wasn't it was so fun for me to do. So it was always just showing up to work was just each day was my favorite day. I think what was hard was coming into a set that was already established for 5 seasons full and a character that was already established for all of season 5 already. So I wanted to come in and do the best job that I could so that the fans still loved this Margaret Keller but with a different face. So I kind of like had some self-inflicted pressure and I was like I got to do so good, but everyone kind of supported me through it, so it ended up being okay. But that definitely was the most challenging.
Yeah, I can understand it.
Yeah.
And you mentioned on Instagram that last episode was very special to you and you had a
Yeah.
very special storyline. How did
Yeah.
you react when they approached it to you to play out this storyline, and how it's been for you to play with your sister on
Yeah.
screen?
Oh, it was so fun. My little sister came. Shout out to Serena. She came and was on the island with me. We stayed together. We filmed that entire scene together. When I read it, Mark and Fief, first off, they write amazing scripts. So each episode that I would read, I was just in awe. They're very beautiful and creative. Episode 5 specifically, when I read all the scenes that I was doing, I wanted to film each of them like tomorrow. I was on the go. I was like, this is awesome. Can we do it right now? So I was really excited. And then having my sister there with like my Margaret Keller family, we all had just the best day. And if I could redo it again, I absolutely would.
Yeah, that's been really fun. Those scenes
Yeah.
were incredible.
Oh, thank you. They were so fun.
And talking about the experience of film in Chesapeake Shores, how would you describe this experience with all the crew and the cast working
Yeah.
together?
Yeah. It was hands down the best set that I've worked on because everyone was like a friend. If I went in and met someone new, I felt like I almost knew them for a while. And it would be like that with everybody. the crew welcomed me in open arms. We did a table read, which was my very first day, and I've only met Andrew at that point. I didn't meet anybody else. So I was like, okay, I know Andrew, kind of. Like, we hadn't really met in person yet, but I felt comfortable with him. Everybody else supported me right then and there. Robert Buckley gave me the biggest hug and said, I was new last season. Like, you've got this. That made me feel comfortable. Everybody was just amazing. So the whole season ended up being one of the best I've ever done.
Yeah. And since we're getting closer and closer to the series finale, what can fans expect from it, if you can tease anything? And what can you say about Margaret's journey throughout the season?
All I know I can say is that you're gonna be so emotional in the best way possible, and your hearts are just gonna be you're just gonna explode. And I think every hour that you're gonna continue watching for the rest of the season is gonna feel like it went by in 5 minutes, and that's when you know it's really good.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think that's the real soul of Chesapeake Shores, because I personally binge watched the show. It was already aired when I first
Yeah.
watched the show, and I really binge watched it in like, I
Yes.
don't know, days or
Me
weeks.
too. Me too.
And that's really the feeling that Chesapeake Shores lives in your heart. That thing that, even though it's something that that lasts a bit, and I mean there's many episodes, it
Yeah.
feels like really it's really quick. I mean, I
Yep,
don't know
it is.
how to explain it, but
It is.
I
No,
totally
that's
feel what
exactly
you're
it.
saying.
Yep, it goes by like that, and it's like, but I've already watched how
Exactly.
many episodes? Yeah.
And now a little fun question that we always ask to the people we're interviewing,
Yeah.
and that if you can choose, if you had to choose any other character on Chesapeake Shores apart from Margaret that you would have loved to play,
Yep.
which one would you choose, and why?
I like that question. I've actually thought about this multiple times. I would absolutely choose to play Jess O'Brien because first off, Lacey's amazing, and what she brings to that character is just hilarious. She's just so full of life and fun, and I laugh at every facial expression she does.
Yeah.
But also, I would pick that character because the B&B location is absolutely beautiful. Like when I was there, we were filming something. I was just my face was just I wanted to stay there for as long as I could. So anyways,
Yeah.
if I could, I'd pick that because showing up to work every day would feel like you just feel beautiful. It would be awesome. Or I'd pick Mandrake because he's hilarious.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I totally feel you. And yeah, that location is a dream. I
It's a
mean,
dream. That's the word. Yes.
that really you I don't know
Yeah.
how to feel if if I had to be in those location every day. I mean,
Yeah, it's so fun.
and as we saw and you mentioned it, we've seen your character interact mainly with Connor in the
Yeah.
show. How
Yeah.
was it like for you to film those scenes and to build this relationship with Andrew Francis, who plays
Yeah.
Connor?
Yep. He he's awesome. He's so amazing, and he supported me through every step of the way of the entire like 3.5 months that we were filming. We had an immediate connection and friendship. So I met him through my second audition, which was a chemistry read, but over Zoom, which
Yeah.
is so hard to get to know someone through
Yes.
Zoom. You're not the physical presence. It's like you always do need that, but over Zoom, it was like it was immediate. We were just laughing, we were hitting it off. It was the scenes that we were doing just flowed. So then when we met in person, it was like like I said, how other characters and cast on the set, I felt like I'd known them for a while. Andrew was absolutely one of them, and he would always make me laugh on set. So there was never a dull moment with him. So having scenes with just him, like it made the time fly so quick because we had so much fun together.
Yeah, I can understand, and that's really beautiful to hear for all the
Aw,
fans
yeah.
that love the Margaret and Connor couple.
They're so cute. The couple itself, I felt like we were just sparkling each scene just because
Yes.
the friendship was so strong. So it made work super easy for
Yes,
us.
absolutely. And the chemistry, we can feel it really,
Oh,
really well.
yay! I love that. That's all we wanted.
Yeah. And you had really beautiful scenes. The couple had really beautiful scenes in season 6 so far. And what can fans expect from the next episode from their point of view?
Um, I would say still a lot of love. I think Connor and Margaret just absolutely adore each other. Um, but they're also two different people at the same time trying to navigate life apart.
Yeah.
So I think you can expect just two people trying to work things out and seeing how they can also come together. Not that Margaret only supports Connor, Connor supports
Or
Margaret too,
sorry.
but you see that so much more in the next coming episodes.
Yeah, great. And I really like it. And I also like the way they joke with each other. I
Yeah,
mean,
the
their
banter.
jokes are incredible. I love
Oh,
it so
good.
much.
It's so
And
fun.
and talking about the on-set
Yeah.
environment, do you have any fun anecdotes to share with us from the filming of season 6?
Yeah, there's so many, and it sometimes feels like when there's so many things that you want to share, it's almost like, well, which one do I pick? Because I'm now like overwhelmed. There were so many fun moments, but one that did stick out for me was we were on set, and I think we were doing, it was our second day of filming this one scene. So it felt like long days, but we were all just kind of like crowded around each other, just kind of like hanging out for a second. And Amelia and Lacey started singing I Want It That Way by Backstreet Boys. And so when you hear that song, you can't help but just like kind of sing along.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, someone's playing it. So the whole song from top to bottom started playing. Me and Steven started dancing our butts off. We were just like having a time. And then everybody kind of started crowding around us even more. So we had Mark and Fief joining in. We had Dan Paulson, our producer, joining in. Our hair and makeup team started joining in. So everyone was just dancing. And those 3 minutes of the song, I didn't really want it to end. It just kind of gave me a little soft spot in my heart. So that was a really good moment on set for us.
Yeah, that's really beautiful. I mean, it would be so fun to be on set with you in that
Yeah.
moment.
It was, oh my gosh, it was so fun.
So, throwing back instead to the origins of your career as an actor, how did the passion for acting come about in your life?
Yeah. This is a good question because I started off doing both acting and dance. And so dance kind of brought a lot out of me as well because when you're on stage performing, you do have to portray a story to the audience. You have to make the audience feel something. So my acting would really kick in there. And as I grew up dancing, I always had a passion for it. But I would grow up also reading scripts at the same time, and that kind of felt like it was like playtime for me. You go into a different character, something different from who you are day to day. So you just start playing around and whatnot. And then when you're kind of done with that script, it's like, okay, well, I want more. So that's how it kind of kept going for me. I just always wanted more.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
if you had like to recall a role that you played that's been um, the one that helped you grow the most as an actor, which
Yeah.
one would it be?
Um, I would say my sister and I actually worked together on this. It was a short film that we did, and it was it was acting that was kind of acting without words in a way because the whole short film it was singing. So I believe we did 4 songs, um, but the characters that we did, it was the environment that we were in, the wardrobe that we were in, the people that we were with, our producers and everything. The way that we came about making this short film and acting without speaking and just talking, but singing,
Yeah.
definitely was a challenge that helped me understand how to be in a character for all my future projects.
Yeah, that's impressive. I mean,
Pretty cool.
I don't know if those short film is available online, but I
Yeah,
had to watch it if it is.
yeah, it's called The Letter Carrier, and I believe
Okay.
you can find it on YouTube.
I'm gonna write it down right now
Yeah,
and I'm going to watch it.
Oh, yay! Okay, it's so fun. Let me know what you think about it.
Yes, absolutely. And our last question, if you had to give some advice to people among our readers that want to pursue an acting career or a career in entertainment in
Mhm.
general, what kind of advice would you give them?
Yeah. Um, I I see how my older brother achieves all his goals. He's 9 years older than I am, and he's played almost every sport under the sun. He's played professional baseball for 13 years. So I got to see how he um, achieves his goals every day, and that has made me think, okay, how do I want to achieve my goals kind of in a similar way? My mom has always taught me that you have to stay patient, you have to stay positive, and you have to put in the work and never give up. When things feel hard, you do want to give up the most, but when you push through that, an opportunity does come from the other side, and you just have to be patient for it and know that if you stay positive, it will be there for you.
That's really beautiful. Beautiful answer. I think that many of our readers will really enjoy it and take it as usual as possible.
Oh, yay. I hope so because it's a fun thing to do, and if there's anything that I can do to help somebody, I'm always there.
Yes. And a little question more that I forgot earlier when we were
Okay.
talking about anecdotes and such from
Yeah.
Chesapeake Shores filming. Is there any prop or any piece of costume that you took from set to remember this experience?
Oh, 100%. Like I said, Margaret's style was the best. I bought, I think, almost every outfit she wore. I still have it sitting in like the bag where everything's hung up. I loved all of her clothes, so I took it all. I took her entire wardrobe.
Totally relatable. I
Yeah,
think I would do the same,
it was so
honestly.
cute. I got the jewelry too. Yeah, I took it all.
That yeah. And that's all for us. Thank you so much, Marisa, for joining us again. It's been a pleasure to chat with you.
Thank you. You were so lovely. It was so fun.
Thank you. And let's remind people that Chesapeake Shores airs Sundays on Hallmark Channel.
Yep.
Episode 6 is coming out next Sunday.
Yep.
And so tune in.
Tune in, and I hope you enjoy, everyone. It's so much fun.
Thank you so much again. Bye.
Bye.